Turnover was, and still is, about 475,000. Why did we want to sell? Well, we'd always said that we would sell when we were at the top, and we felt that that was about where we were. And also, quite frankly, we wanted to do something else. We still do want to do something else, and we wanted enough time to do that. So we sold when we did.
Concerns about selling the practice are, I guess, the usual things for an accountancy firm: confidentiality. We're a local firm and you don't want news getting out. So we were concerned, A, about that, and B, that the broker would, respect that. And then we had some requirements, if you like. We value our staff. We wanted them to be taken on. We wanted to sell the business intact, if you like. It was our baby, and you want to make sure it's going to some good hands. So those were probably our main concerns. So we needed a broker that empathised with that.
Well, we started on the internet, as you do these days. We selected 3 firms who we felt could help us, ended up meeting 2 of them. Why did we choose Draper Hinks? Nicola's a very nice person. She gave us the assurances that we needed, having told her about the concerns that we had, that Kaye's just spoken about. She also explained the whole thing to us in a really, really straightforward way. So we got much more confidence about what was going to happen, and that it would be something that we could influence and have some control over.
I think the main thing that Nicola did was assured us all the way through the process. Communicating was key in this thing, and she was always upfront with us, told us where problems might be, when things were going in the right direction. So I think that was the main thing. We were able to communicate with her all the time when we needed to.
On the meeting day, we met with 3, and Nicola had told us who they were in good time so that we could go away and do our own due diligence. So we went out and looked at them, made our own minds up, and also helped us form our questions for that meeting. It was all very effective, very, very, very good indeed.
Nicola did. We asked her to do that. It was an option that we decided to take. It definitely helped us. It's quite daunting selling your practice, so she was able to be that steadying hand on the day. She's done this many times, and whilst we might have been involved in people selling their businesses, we'd never been the ones doing it ourselves. So it was really good to have Nicola around on the day, keeping us focused, making sure the meetings were effective, making sure the right questions got asked if she felt perhaps we hadn't delved enough, or things we'd discussed prior to the meeting, and suddenly she would chip in, and you'd think at the back of your mind, oh yeah, I've forgotten to ask this person that. I asked the first one that and forgot for the second one. So she kept us on track for that. That was very, very helpful. She also took all the meeting notes, which was fantastic, which she was able to give back to us later. That was very helpful.
Once we'd made our decision on the purchasers, Nicola was really our sounding board. She was great. Every time we had a little concern about how things were going, she'd be able to come back to us saying either this is reasonable or this is perhaps not so reasonable. And of course, she was moving between us and the prospective purchaser, and if they had concerns as well, things were going. She really just moved between the pair of us to make sure that things ended up going in the right direction.
It took about 9 months after we met Nicola. It took us a while to decide what we wanted to do prior to meeting Nicola. But having done that, we met with her, got on with working in our practice as you do, and then engaged Nicola. She was never at any time pushy. And are you getting on with this? She left us to it, understanding that we still had a business to run. It then took about 3 months to set up all the meeting date. And from then on, it was our timetable. And again, she helped us push that through with the buyers, so that everything completed at the beginning of June.
I think we all start off this process very unsure about it. I mean, we're accountants, we tend to deal with these things a lot, but when you're selling your own practice, it's sometimes you just find the whole thing a bit too daunting. So why would you use Draper Hinks? Well, you'd use Draper Hinks because they're really, really helpful. I mean, we've already explained that Nicola's been our sounding board, held our hand through the whole process. Very, very personable, great sense of humour. I mean, these things can become very, very stressful, and Nicola's really good at lightening things up a little bit, getting us back on track, reminding us of our objectives. Yeah, they are extremely good, and I would happily recommend them.